Methodist Church. The Mandela Centenary celebrations are at the Methodist Church in Orlando East, and of course our reporter Abongile Dumako is there and is going to speak to Bishop Ziposihle Siwe. Let's cross live there now.
Hi, good afternoon, Alicia, and of course we are live from Orlando here in Soweto, the Methodist Church of Southern Africa, having taken this day to honor Tata Nelson Mandela. His centenary, he would have been 100 years old should he still be alive. Basically, it was a service that was dedicated to the family, and we saw in attendance former First Lady Mama Graça Machel, of course, expressing her gratitude about the fact that the Methodist Church did take this initiative to make it a point that it honors Tata Nelson Mandela. But right now I am joined by the Bishop of the Methodist Church of Southern Africa, Utatu Ziposihle Siwe. Good afternoon to you. And of course, we have been gathered here for the past 2 hours to say Wunchu to Tata Nelson Mandela. Your main message to South Africans and of course the family.
Good afternoon, and good afternoon to the viewers and the listeners. We gathered here today to honor one of the greatest gifts that God has given us. A gift that is a source of hope, source of courage, and source of inspiration for us to move forward into a better South Africa and a better world. We are mindful that God never ceases to give us reference points, moral reference points for us as we move forward. At the same time, we are mindful that we live at a time of nightmares. We have children who groan because they go to bed without food. We have children who are crying for access to quality, comprehensive education. We have violence that is troubling our country. People kill each other. People kill even partners, kill partners, and comrades kill comrades. We are saying today that the wish of Tata Nelson Mandela would be that we become a reconciled society, a society that works together, that join hands towards the dream that is not yet realized. But the way was open for us to go and grasp the dream that Mandela generation had.
And of course, I've just learned today that Tata Mandela was one of the preachers of the Methodist Church of Southern Africa. Having been grounded in this congregation, here we are today. What do we take from him as the Methodist Church of Southern Africa?
What we take from Nelson Mandela is a commitment, a covenant that one make towards contributing to the lives of others, the well-being of others. The commitment that says we are prepared to sacrifice for what we believe is what God is giving to us. Remember, even the words that he said in the Rivonia trial, that this is the dream for which I am prepared to die. Yes, of course, he grew up in the Methodist Church. He went to Methodist school. He treasured the worship in the Methodist churches. And during the years in Robben Island and in Paulsmoor and Victor Festa, he was visited by the Methodist preachers and ministers. I love that story which he tells, is that one day they were having as prisoners communion, and the prison warder was standing aloof with a watchful eye. He reached out to him and said, "Come join us. This is Holy Communion. We have to share it together." And with that, we have to say, this beautiful country that God has given us, we have to share it together. Share the resources that God has given us. Share the land. Make sure that people, children, receive quality education, and we fight against poverty together. That is the message.
Now we are here at Orlando today. The Methodist Church seems to be heeding to the call to celebrate Madiba Centenary. Is it the first of many instances to take place, or this is it for the Methodist?
It is the first of many. For instance, we have invited Methodists throughout Southern Africa, because our conference is made up of 6 countries. We have said, let's identify 100 schools, and each local community of Methodists make a contribution to that school as the need may be. They may come and assist with the cleaning, the painting, the renovations, or building something that the people need, but also enter into a space of saying, we have to deliver quality education. There must be learning and teaching happening. So 100 schools have been identified. But also every congregation beginning today is beginning to reflect on the values of Mandela. And later on in the year, in October, the 12th of October, there's going to be a lecture at our seminar in Pietermaritzburg, named after Seth Mokitimi, who was the chaplain of Nelson Rolihlahla Mandela at Hilltown. So there are activities, but we're calling for values-based action by all of us.
Bishop Zipozi Hlesiwe of the Methodist Church, thanks so much for your time.
Thank you.
Alicia, there you have it. A lot is yet to happen in the name of Dr. Nelson Mandela here at the Methodist Church. A call, of course, to all to come to the fore and do good in the name of Dr. Nelson Mandela. Let's hand it back over to you in Auckland Park.
Abongile Dumako with us there in Orlando East at that Methodist Church.